Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Planet Tyro. You're here back with me, your host Donald Wonder, to celebrate the year of Lupin in 2016. Thanks for watching, guys. If you were here last time, you remember us talking about that very special Lupin release, Green versus Red. That was in commemoration of the 40th year anniversary for the Lupin franchise. It was a very epic video for a very decisive movie. Click on the YouTube card in the top right hand corner if you want to go back to that discussion. But we're moving on. Sweet Lost Night, The Magic Lamp's Nightmare Premonition. So this movie starts out in a very comical way. Lupin is gone to the desert to get a magic lamp just for Fujiko, and he's in the desert and he finds the premises where it is. And I want to say one of the most enjoyable and funnest parts of this movie is actually this opening, because most of the Lupin specials start off with Lupin in a heist or doing something, and this is the first time that Zenigata, as a foil to Lupin, actually goes up against Lupin tick for tack, back and forward, and it gets so ridiculous, but it's so funny. I've never ever seen Zenigata keep up with Lupin. He's so relentless, and even Lupin's getting annoyed. And honestly, it's one of the funnest parts of this movie. And I do want to get into a little bit of spoilers. Actually, after this part, Zenigata's kind of taken out of the movie altogether, because after Lupin escapes and successfully gets his lamp, he actually robs the lamp. And a genie doesn't come out of the lamp, but a fairy comes out of the lamp. The fairy says that he'll give Lupin any wish he wants, but it will take half of his life. Something zaps Lupin in the back of his neck. Then all of a sudden, he doesn't even know where he is. It seems like there's 12 hours later. He's lost all of this time. And again, I don't want to get into spoilers because I don't like to on this discussion. But a lot of this movie has to do with this magical lamp, a lot of people losing their memory, a brother and sister and a scientist who wants to change humanity. And actually the plot gets a little bit convoluted, but before we get into the details, let me tell you what I thought of it on a whole. This movie for me was kind of very okay overall, because it started off good and the potential was there for something really interesting. I thought, first, was it going to be a magical story about a magical lamp? And then when you find out what it's really about, with a lot of amnesia and this memory swapping, erasing device and these people, I thought, okay, this is actually interesting. A device that can wipe people's memories, or, you know, it had a lot of potential, but it actually turned out to be, I don't want to say generic, but the plot kind of got a little bit over convoluted with the bad guy and the token girl. And then the middle of the whole middle of this movie is kind of just okay. It's scene to scene, and it's just, by the end of it, the last climactic battle I really did enjoy, but the middle, the whole plot of it, it was kind of just okay, meandering, nothing really special. Lupin is very aloof in this movie. He's very fun, and Lupin and this token girl, they have an interesting pairing element through this whole movie. Now, the token girl, I think her name is, well, I'll put it on the screen. I can't remember her name. It was an English one. It was actually not a Japanese name, which was a bit surprising. This was one of the most typicalist token girl damsel in distresses I've seen through the whole franchise. And to be honest with you, I would usually criticize it, but it's not that bad. Lupin is literally carrying her through the whole movie, and she plays that classic damsel in distress, not in a bad way. When you find out about her backstory or what's really going on, again, this is the part where maybe they made the plot a little bit, not over convoluted, but too much back and forth with this memory thing. It made sense in the grand scheme of things, but I was kind of like, you know, kind of take it or leave it. The rest of the Lupin team, Jigen and Goemon, they're very fun as usual. Now, Fujiko in this movie she's always a bitch. But in this movie, she is a super biatch, I have to say, man. I don't know why these guys put up with her. Lupin could have got killed multiple times because of her. And by the end, I'm glad that nobody feels sorry for her in this movie. She is just a backstabbing bitch, the highest degree in this movie. My God. And actually, she's not even a big part of the movie. As I said before, Zenigata's not even in the movie. Really, he's completely lost his memory. They play him up for laughs. And unlike the other characters that have lost their memory due to this device, Zenigata just bumped his head. And it's kind of funny seeing him just wandering around, but he's really not in it. The bad guys in here, no spoilers, the Doctor and this other army warmonger called Colonel Garlic or whatever. The Doctor had some interesting ideas with that world peace idea. Then Garlic is just some mad lieutenant or whatever. But look, let me just get back to the plot, because that's all you guys want to hear. Look, the plot had a lot of potential, and now as I was watching it, I kept on wanting it to be better. Like, it was a bit of a mystery, first of all, and I like that this was different, where you don't know what's going on. You're in Lupin's shoes, you don't know what's going on. He's lost his memory, then he finds out his memory is going to reset every 12 hours. Then you don't know about this girl. Is she a fairy? Is she a lamp? Is it magic? And as it went on, it became more interesting, and at the same time more disappointing that it didn't reach the full potential that it could have. The animation was okay. We're in 2009 now, so the animation for the time was fine. It wasn't stand out. The action scenes in here, the last action scene was really good, and the opening scene was in a Gut Lupin was really good. Everything in the middle, where Lupin and the girls getting chased, it was okay, very run of the mill. And by the end of the movie, it felt very atypical. It just felt like that was a nice damsel in distress story, had good elements here. Could have been a lot better if they didn't make the storyline so back and forth and made some of the elements more predictable. But overall, I liked it. To be honest with you, by the time it ended, I just thought, you know what? This was like a really good episode. That's all it was. It could have been more. Honestly, it could have been more. But, you know, that's it. As of it, I'm going to give it a very high okay. It's the highest average. It's really, really close to above average. But, you know, I don't know if I remember this one. The lamp element was good. The memory wipe element was good. And I remember when I criticized that Fujiko Lost Memories movie that I really didn't like. This was a much better amnesia movie than that movie was, for sure. But still, I just feel like I didn't care for the damsel in distress and her brother and the Doctor and the plot. Lupin was making me laugh. Lupin drew me in with his energy, his charisma. He held the movie together, and the rest of the Lupin team. But overall, I kind of do think I enjoyed it for now, but maybe I'm going to forget about it, because ultimately it's kind of forgettable. So, but you know, I've definitely seen worse. So looking at the feedback, people said pretty much the same as me. They said it's kind of mediocre to forgettable. So, you know, I'm glad the fan sites were on the same level. But I want to know about your thoughts as well. Leave a comment in the comment section down below. Let me know what you thought of this movie TV special. Again, it's okay, it's passable, but there's better and there's worse. So it's somewhere in the middle. But that's that, guys. We're moving on to the next one. Thanks for watching the Year of Lupin right here on Planet Tyro. If you liked the video, please hit that thumbs up button and give us a like. If you want to see the other videos we do on Planet Tyro, subscribe to the channel. If you look on the right there, you'll see the other annotations we do for books, movies, TV shows, what have you. We got the podcast. We're on iTunes as usual. You can listen to just the audio on your Walkman or your headphones or your iPod or what have you, just for your listening or watching convenience. But as always, I have to say thank you for watching. Thanks for joining us on this retrospective. And until the next Lupin video, I will say see you later. Take care. Good night. Peace out.